Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be just a chill make a book cover with me. Today I'm going to be making a fan dust jacket for my friend Shaelin's novel Honey Vinegar, and Shaelin is just a fantastic writer, but this was just a Christmas present that I wanted to make. I thought it would be fun to make her like a little mock-up of what her book could potentially look like if it was like in physical form. I've done this a few times where I've made dust jackets of my own novels, and so I thought it would be fun to make a dust jacket of her book for a little gift. And I already had a front cover for Honey Vinegar. I will link that video in the description of me making it. I actually made it in a 100% free software, so if you don't have Photoshop, check out that video for an example on what you can do in a free software. And I made that, I think, in May. And so all I had to basically do was combine that original cover with more of the lily pads. So a majority of this footage, which is about 6 hours of footage sped up, if you were wondering, is me linking like the lily pads together. Essentially, it was a lot of layer masks and just having a lot of fun with kind of trying to blend in the lily pads as if they were just one big photo, because the picture wasn't big enough to like fit the whole cover spread. And it was really simple beyond that. Cutting out like on the spine, just minor things. I didn't want to make the spine too busy, but really I think what stands out on this book cover is its simplicity. Obviously there's a lot more focus on like the color of the text. It's a simple typeface. It's not handwritten or anything, so it's quite classy, I think. And those are the vibes I was going for. Only the best for Shaelin's work. So I said absolute class for this one. And so yeah, most of the cover was really just trying to stitch together those two photos. What I like about Photoshop, and a huge thing I love about making book covers, is that a lot of it is just creative problem solving. So some people ask like, how did you learn Photoshop? I'm just completely self-taught. And you kind of learn how to do things that you want to do. You don't know how to do them, so you learn how to by applying other techniques that you already know. So for example, with like the lily pads, I really didn't know how to expand that photo. First I tried content aware fill to see if that would work to make the picture bigger and kind of expand the areas, but it didn't work. So then I just started like just using an eraser, and I realized like a layer mask would be a bit more productive because then I could just bring back parts that I erased by mistake. Flaps on the inside cover were a lot of fun for me to make. I downloaded a whole bunch of these free images of plants. The main character, Sybil from Honey Vinegar, I'm probably gonna butcher this and my inner city person is gonna come out, so I apologize, Shaelin, but I think Sybil is like some sort of like herbalist or like, I don't know, as she likes plants, I think. So I thought I would pay homage to Sybil's love for plants by putting like a crap ton of plants on the flap. This was actually a bit tricky. I really enjoyed how it turned out. It did take a while to sort of like create the pattern, but again, I love making book covers because all I do is listen to crime cases and make them for like hours on end, and so it's just an absolutely fun experience. But I realized that like the text wasn't showing up very well. The description of the book, it was getting a bit lost. So you'll see I added a little bit of a white rectangle in the back, and I think that actually added to a bit of like the classy feel. So yeah, Shaelin sent me a synopsis for Honey Vinegar, which is what is on the inside flap. And this is my first time actually designing inside flaps for a dust jacket. Usually when I print these out myself, I don't really care what goes on the inside flap because like, I don't know, I'm lazy to write summaries. I wanted to do something special for Shaelin, and so I was like, no, I want this to look like a complete, like you could purchase this kind of book. And so I knew I needed to do the flaps. Luckily, I've taken pictures of Shaelin, so I had an author photo for her already. And then what was left was just the bio. At some point, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to keep the flaps as the lily pads, but I ended up keeping it as like the pattern. I thought that looked quite nice. The back, because I put the summary on the inside flap, I needed something for the back, so I used this absolutely beautiful quote. I remember the first time I read it, I kind of like died. It was so good. If you aren't already following Shaelin, you guys get on it. She's the most talented writer that I know, and such a lovely person who deserves all of the support in the world. So go check out her videos if you don't already. Some of the final footage of this video is just me taking videos of this book because I really liked how it turned out. I got it printed at Staples, and Staples kind of prints black ink like madder than the rest, so it kind of had this like fancy shifty spot UV kind of vibe. And yeah, I couldn't help but take so much footage of it because I just thought it was beautiful. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!